Shivan, probably we can start.
I think Anshumanji, we can start
Yeah.
now.
Yes. Okay. So,
Okay, one advice is
welcome
that
everyone.
after
Yeah.
the introductions, we'll switch off the video so that bandwidth is saved and the presentation is.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Great. So, thanks for everyone. Thanks to everyone for joining today. So, though it was a very short notice, and we thought that nonetheless we should come together to understand what is the current situation, and if I know that there are not much time left for planning for Kharif, but even after that, if you can do something, if you can understand better the, the climate situation, weather situation that is going to happen for this Kharif at least, and also beyond this, because Kharif crop has a lot of implication also beyond Kharif. Not only on farm, but also our livelihood, our food, and all of these things. So we thought to organize this consultation in a rush, mostly to understand the current El Nino effect and what are the possible implications. And we will have, after that, if we have time, we will also get into a little bit of interaction to understand if someone is doing and someone is already taking any step to address this, or what are the possible steps to address this kind of situation that is lying ahead with us. So I don't think we will get a chance to get introduction of everybody who is present, but later on, when you have a chance to ask or to share anything, you can introduce yourself and ask your question or raise your point. But for now, we will just only introduce experts and whoever the panel, and then we'll take the discussion forward. So my name is Anshuman. I am representing Welthungerhilfe. Yes, I'm handing it over to Prasadji for introduction and also introduction of the experts, speakers in the panel.
Thank you.
Over to Prasadji.
Good morning, everyone. And today we are fortunate to have this discussion on El Nino, impact on agriculture, especially pertaining to Central India and Eastern India. I'm Dr. YG Prasad, a former director of Central Institute for Cotton Research and now currently director, Agribiotech Foundation. We are closely working with WASSAN. I have the privilege of introducing today's speaker, Dr. Shantanu Kumar Bal. He is a graduate, did his BSc Agriculture from OUAT, Odisha, Bhubaneswar. And he did his MSc and PhD in Agrometeorology at Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana. And he continued to serve in his professional career start at Punjab Agriculture University in 1999 and continued till he became associate professor in agrometeorology at Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana till 2012. Later on, he joined as principal scientist at Niyasam, Baramati, Maharashtra, and he shifted to ICR Krida in 2017 as principal scientist. And currently, he is the lead project coordinator of the All India Coordinated Research Project on Agrometeorology in ICR. And he has published more than 120 peer-reviewed research articles, including 40 international. And he is actively involved in the research and operational agromet advisory and crop insurance program in the country. And he has been instrumental in development of many nation support systems and apps like dynamic crop weather calendar, dry spell index, and also contributed significantly to the Meghdut app of the India Meteorological Department. And he is presently also the president of the Association of Agrometeorologists, Anand, having 2,000 life members. And also is a fellow of Association of Agrometeorologists, Indian Association of Agriculture Physics, and Indian Ecological Society. He is a noted agrometeorologist in the country and with experience of both agriculture and agromet. That is the beauty of Dr. S.K. Bal. And we are privileged to have him today speak on El Nino impact on agriculture, especially in the rainfed tracts of Odisha and Central India and Eastern India. And also he is joined by 4 experts, state level experts. Dr. Tushar Ranjan Mohanty, he is from OEAT Bhubaneswar. He will be available. Dr. Kailash Dakore, he is from VNMKV, Vasantrao Nayak Marathwada Krishi Vidyapit, Parbani, Maharashtra. And we also have Pragyan Kumari, Birsa Agriculture University, Jharkhand. And also Dr. Manish Bhan, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vidyapit from Raipur, Chhattisgarh. And all these are scientists from the All India Coordinated Research Project on Agrometeorology. Thank you guys for joining, and let us hear Dr. S.K. Balji on this important aspect. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. And before I start, thanks to Ravindraji from WASSAN. He is a family in Krida. Almost all programs is here. And Dr. Anshuman, then other organizers, my colleagues, Dr. Tushar, Dr. Kailash, Dr. Pragyan, Dr. Manish, and all other participants. So I think this year, am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes.
Those who are not speaking, please mute yourself. And is there a host who can also mute from your end, please? Sunil?
So this year,
I will do that.
a lot of hue and cry about this El Nino, and all ministries, central government, state government, all are geared up for this. And so I thought of giving some of the, present some of the slides where we can understand what exactly El Nino is and why this hue and cry is there. This year, the El Nino, the impact estimated to be more, because that Nino 3.4 region, this is the region where the temperature has increased. And in other way, the IOD, which was supposed to be positive, still it is predicted not to be positive. So it is again in the negative. So here, this year, the impact may be a little bit more. So we call it as super El Nino. Some of the years, we can see that different years, different kind of El Nino has happened. And but it does not matter that when there is a very strong El Nino, the impact on agriculture will be more or less. There is not much strong correlation, but some correlation is there. But we cannot guarantee that if it is a very strong El Nino year, so the impact will be more like that. And this year, till this particular June 1st week, except Rajasthan and Jharkhand, the temperature will be above normal. And 4 indices for El Nino, it has crossed the threshold. So the impact will be more. And currently, I told that IOD is at negative. So the counter impact of IOD will not be there. So, and this year, this particular El Nino is termed as a super El Nino, which is 7th since 1950. Just this is one of the slide. If you can see, during last 26, 27 years, if you see that different kinds of El Nino has happened. The onset of monsoon has, this is the dates on which the onset has happened. And you can see the deficit in rainfall in those El Nino years. It is mentioned here. For example, 2002, there was a moderate El Nino, but you can see the deficit was by minus 21%. So in a strong El Nino, very strong El Nino, the deficit was only 13%. So this year is a super El Nino, but it does not guarantee that the rainfall deficit will be, to what extent. But IMD has told that it will be around 90% from the LPA. And region-wise, some of the regions will be more impacted. And if we look at during last 12, 13 years, you can see that different kinds of El Ninos and what kind of distribution region-wise. For example, you can see that in very strong El Nino, the country scale, it may be -14, but northeast part has been -3%. And during last 3-4 years, the northeast was deficit, but this year, the northeast has been projected to be normal, whereas there will be deficit in northwest, central, and the southern part of the country. And that's why, this is a prediction, model prediction having some, limitations with +5 or -5%. We are alert and we are prepared. The country is trying to be prepared for all these things. But El Nino increases the probability of deficit rainfall, but does not guarantee it. That we should keep in mind. If we look at the last 40-50 years, if you see, if we look at the Kharif food grain production, whenever there is a El Nino, the food production has drastically decreased. And you can see these are the moderate El Nino where the impact is more. But if you look at the recent years, the rainfall has been good. Monsoon has been above normal during last some years. And, the whole agriculture system has becoming more resilient. And that's why the impact of this reduced and rainfall or, erratic rainfall the impact has reduced during this recent past. So that means the whole agriculture of this country, we can say to some extent, is becoming resilient to all these climatic extremes. If you look at the LPA, that forecast given by IMD, this was given on 13th April, and this is the recent one on 20th May. There is some change. In case of Telangana, we can see that the above normal portion has increased, and in case of Northeast, you can see there are some changes. So the model output of April and the model output of May, there is a change. So if we run the model once again, the model output in the June, some change will be there. So this is just one prediction with some accuracy, some limitations. So whatever prediction has been given by IMD, we are preparing for that, but it does not guarantee that our preparedness will be foolproof because of all these changes in the model output. And if you look at this probability forecast, below rainfall, you can see that the part of Telangana and some central part of Odisha, there is a, the rainfall probability that it may be normal to a little bit of, deficit, maybe by only 10%. But if we look at the states like Jharkhand, it is completely red and, yellow in color. So you can see that there is a deficit of around 10 to 30-40% reduction in Jharkhand. If we look at Maharashtra, same condition, reduction may be from 20 to 40%. That probability is that the rainfall will be low. So with this, and even if we look at this rainfall probability reduction, there is also we should look at in which area there are crops and presentation, and which are the areas where the crop land area is irrigated in district. So you can see that the states like Jharkhand, less than 25% area is under irrigation, and similarly you can see in case of Odisha, southern Odisha, same kind of situation is there. Maharashtra also. So this also will impact how this El Nino induced reduction in rainfall is going to impact the different crops across the country. And if we look at the and if you club all these things, which are the vulnerable districts based on the forecast as well as the irrigation availability, everything, we can see parts of Jharkhand, in southern part of Orissa, and most part of this Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. You can see that high chance that these are the vulnerable districts. And if we include the soil moisture derived by different kind of indices, by this is one work by MNCFC, we can see that both NDVI and LSWI, the soil moisture, you can see that the deviation from the normal from 21 to 25 compared to this year, you can see that there is a very percent deviation is very high. So that means soil moisture content has reduced compared to the normal in these parts of Maharashtra and Telangana and these parts are highly impacted. And this is about the progress of monsoon till yesterday. You can see that almost not much delay, but you can see that the pattern has little bit changed, and only the southwest part has been has received the onset is there, and still and deficit in case of northeast. But the projection is that north is going to receive the normal rainfall this year. And if we look at the coverage under Kharif crops till today, this is country scale. We can see that in some of the crops, the coverage has been almost normal. In case of pulses, we can see that it is more than compared to last year. This is the information. And if we look at the region-wise, the storage capacity of reservoirs, we can see that in case of Jharkhand, this is current year it is in deficit, and Orissa it is almost equal, and in case of Maharashtra little bit deficit. This is because when we talk of this El Nino and impact on agriculture, all this irrigation and storage capacity, everything plays a big role. And with this general impact of this condition of this El Nino and rainfall situation, so I'll just present a little bit about different 4 states. That one is Maharashtra, second is Orissa, third is Madhya Pradesh, and fourth is Jharkhand. So one by one, I will be giving a brief picture about the different crops and what kind of impact will be there, and what kind of preparedness or contingency plans available. How the state government is prepared, because TRIDA is conducting this interface meetings. Already we have conducted for many 6-7 states, and today the meeting is going on for Punjab. So if you look at Maharashtra, the projection tells that most of the part is yellow in color. So there is a high chance that there will be a rainfall deficit in case of Maharashtra. And if you look at the compare between the El Nino years and normal years, we can see that in many cases we receive deficit rainfall. But in Maharashtra, during the last 4 or 5 years, especially in Marathwada and many parts, there was heavy rainfall. So that deficit rainfall situation was not there. But in general, we can see that there is a deficit. For example, Nanded, you can see that there is a deficit of around 30% in case of July. And August, it was around 24%. So this kind of scenario is going to impact the crops in that particular region. And this is, for example, the Kharif cotton. You can see that if you compare the different El Nino years, weak, moderate, and strong, we can see that on a whole, the productivity in the state is, decreased by around 17 to 40%, depending on the different kinds of El Nino conditions. And this is one example for pigeon pea. Similarly, you can see that the reduction is by 23%, 34, and minus 9%. So that means in most of the El Nino years, the productivity decreases. That means there is an impact on the rainfall total amount, and as well as the distribution, which ultimately impacts the crops. And these are some of the plans that has been developed by our ECRIP center, as well as because in Maharashtra, the Pokhara is working in a big way, and all these universities and our ECRIP centers, they are involved, and they have prepared a plan that if there is early monsoon arrival, what are the crops that should be taken, what are the sowing management recommendation. All these things have been packaged and given to given through the farmers, because they have a very good system of agromet advisories where more than 30 lakh farmers have been registered. And this is one example for soybean for a particular crop. If you see what are the how this crop is going to be impacted if there is a El Nino situation, and what are the sowing management and how the varieties, what variety you should select, seed treatment, everything. It has been given in a package. And if we look at cotton crop, because Dr. Prasad was the director of Cotton Institute, so here also how this cotton is going to be impacted and what is the pre-sowing planning, variety selection, everything. It has been packaged for that particular region, Marathwada. And I was talking about this particular app that has
Hello. Not visible, sir. I think
the link, he has some problem with the link. I think he will rejoin, I think.
hopefully.
It's a local issue only.
Yes. Yeah.
Am I
Yes,
audible?
Shantanu, you are back.
Yes,
now you're fine. So you have to reshare again, sir.
Okay, so for how many minutes I was out of the?
No, it was just few seconds.
Okay, nice.
You were talking about cotton.
Yeah, because some issue is here. That's why I was. Right. Is it now visible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. So you just see 38 lakhs farmers have downloaded this app. So you can see.
Hello.
So you can. Hello.
Please take.
Okay. Is it fine?
Yes.
Cotton.
Cotton. Back. One more back.
Okay, this one.
This one. You were here. Yes.
Yeah. So I was trying to tell that this kind of information has been developed and it has been shared to all the farmers through this advisory network. So the intention is that the project as well as the state government universities, they are trying to apprise all the farmers that this kind of information and technology are available, and if there is a condition that rainfall will be deficit or the onset will be delayed, so this kind of measures can be taken. And I was also telling about this app. You can see 38 lakhs app has been downloaded, and now this Maharashtra government, all these advisories, basically it was previously done by manual, but now one project is being now operational. We are trying to automate this particular agromet advisory so that it can be automated using AI, ML, all those techniques, and the message goes to all the users and stakeholders so that is the purpose that this kind of information is. So next state that Jharkhand, and if you look at the probability is very high that this year the rainfall will be deficit. But one unique thing that has happened in Jharkhand is that during last few years, the rainfall during March, April, and May, it has increased like anything. So it has completely changed the agriculture pattern of that. I think if somebody wants to in detail that, Dr. Pragya is here. She will be just telling about that. And in Jharkhand also, you can see that what kind of impact will be there. These are the districts. Some 5-6 districts are there: Palamu, Garhwa, Chhatra, Latehar, Gumla, and where you can see that the delayed sowing and poor crop stand in uplands will be there if there is a high dry spell, because these districts are very sensitive, and mainly this upland rice and maize, these are the crops, and these are some of the districts where paddy is a major crop. So paddy transplanting may face some of the stress, and there may be delayed in nursery and transplanting. So DSR is one of the options in uplands in there, and the community nursery is one of the technology that is being taken. And this distribution in Santhala Northeast Belt, this erratic rainfall distribution may impact the paddy establishment. So these are district-wise. This kind of information has been developed in Jharkhand. And if you look at especially for rice, because rice is main upland rice is a major crop in Jharkhand. You can see that in case of nursery, raise the nursery with already germinated seed to save time. And DSR is one of the technology, and you have to direct seed by 31st July. These are some of the recommendations that has been given by the university for the whole, Jharkhand. And besides that, some pre-sowing preparedness, for example, because rainfall will be less, so some are planning to break the hard pan and expose the pest, and also to improve the infiltration of the rainwater. Burn strengthening, these are some of the general recommendations it has been given. And depending on the rainfall and if there is a more deficit, so contingency crops like intercropping, it can be taken up. In uplands, we can replace with black gram finger millet soybean kind of crop. And in intercropping, we can do pigeon pea plus maize. So these are some of the options available: black gram plus finger millet or pigeon pea plus okra. And if irrigation is, assured irrigation is there, a protective irrigation facility is there, then we can think of some vegetable crops. And overall preparedness, that starting from field preparation to seed arrangement, then the rice window that we have to take up DSR by 31st July, and shift of the crop. If there is a severe deficit, we can go for intercropping, and conservation of water, all these things that we can take up. And the third state, if you look at the Madhya Pradesh, again, you can see the whole state is in yellow in color. So here also, there is a high chance that because this year central as well as southern is going to be deficit, that is the prediction. So in Madhya Pradesh, if we look at the major crops, that soybean, pigeon pea, baglam, maize and rice, these are the major crops. And if we look at the impact, if you compare between El Nino and a normal year, you can see that what kind of impact is there for different crops. This is, for example, pigeon pea, and this is for rice, and this is for soybean. So in El Nino years, because there is a deviation or deficit or irregularity in the rainfall, so crops, normally get affected, and this is the statistics. And these are some of the, Kharif preparedness that these are general preparedness that how to procure seeds for the drought tolerant, varieties, and promotion of resource conservation technologies, then identification of sources for supplemental irrigation, all these things, and some of the real-time measures like the agromet advisories and the dissemination of through different mechanisms like WhatsApp and mobile apps. These are some of the preparedness for the Kharif for 2026. And there are established, that these are the crops and these are the varieties, and what varieties which for the if suppose there is a dry spell, so which variety is going to perform better. So this kind of information is there, and it is being shared through our agromet advisories. And same, these are some of the other crops. And if you look at the management practices, that these are all in contingency plan, that in situ soil moisture conservation methods are there, field burn preparation, all those things. And in case of use of early medium duration varieties, and in light soil, we can take up sowing of mung bean, the Niger arahar. Medium soil, you can take up soybean, arahar, mung. So these kind of and foliar spray of 1 to 3% of urea. These are all the recommended practices in this Madhya Pradesh. And this is the contingency plan. Already it is in the CRIDA website, and now this contingency plan is being revised, and maybe by a month, the whole contingency plan is going to be revised. The assignment has been given by Ministry and ICR to CRIDA, and the work is being done at CRIDA at present. And the last state that we can talk of, that Orissa. So you can see the why I'm giving, because this was given in April and this was given this May. If you compare, we can see that there is some changes. You can see that this part previously it was having some surplus rain, but here you can see that again deficit. And if you look at Korafut, you can say that previously it was stated to be completely more chance of deficit, but now some part, the eastern part, it is showing as surplus. So that means but we are prepared, and if you look at the right side the table, that these are the districts of Orissa, and these are the normal monsoon rainfall, and what is the forecast this time that is given. And recently, the university has revised the contingency plan, and the whole plan has been compiled and published and revised. What are the recent varieties? Everything has been taken into account, and this particular plan is available now. And these are some of the information that is given in the. These are the basic informations that how this contingency plan can be implemented if there is a deficit in rainfall. And in that contingency plan, you can see that they have given the district-wise sowing window for different districts, for different crops, season-wise, and the sowing period, harvesting period, everything has been given. And if there is a deficit or surplus of rainwater, then it can be, the plan can be done accordingly. And this is one of the intercropping mixed cropping systems in drought-prone areas, and this has been given like different kinds of, suppose for RR based system, what kind of house the row and ratio will be there. Basically, these are for the drought-prone areas. And if we look at especially for the Korafut district, if you look at, we can see that in pre-monsoon rainfall, the March, the normal rainfall is 16. So we have already received 46. So total, you can see that there is a surplus amount of rainfall that we have received during the pre-monsoon. And the projected monsoon rainfall, if we see that there is a deficit of around 20%. So we are expecting if this kind of rainfall, so our plan should be according to that. And if we look at Korafut, these are some of the major crops like paddy, maize, millets, arahar, niger, ginger, and turmeric. And some of the contingency measures for this year is that the nursery sowing of paddy and sowing of millet may be deferred to last week of June, because there is a high chance that June will receive less rain. And till the first fortnight of July. And preference should be given to short and medium duration paddy varieties. This is a general recommendation for contingency plan whenever there is a projection of less rain. And provision a community nursery. And next is this functionalization of the state level control room for agromet advisories. So these are some of the contingency measures that has been given. And in general, if we look at ICR CRIDA, then CRIDA is very proactive this time, because ministry as well as council, they have given CRIDA to revise the contingency plan, and we are conducting interface meetings. Now, we have been sensitizing all the farmers through our all networks like Ecripda, Ecripam, NICRA, and especially the agromet advisories in collaboration with IMD and GKMS program. Our people are now, every week they are apprising the stakeholders about the progress of this El Nino and what is the impact on the rainfall and what kind of intervention to be taken. That has been included in the advisories, and it is being sent. And also, CRIDA Ecripam is a part of the the crop weather watch group of Ministry of Agriculture, where every Monday the Ministry of Agriculture, the Agriculture Commissioner, then the MNCFC team, then IMD, then CRIDA Ecripam from CRIDA, and the Central Water Commission. So all they sit together and they discuss about the what kind of situation and what kind of Kharif preparedness are there. So this way, and at this time, Minister is also he is monitoring whole activities of this El Nino and rainfall and all these interventions personally, and whole ICR is now very proactive this time for this particular event. So I think the message is that now that whole El Nino and this IMD projections, we are alert. But we know that this is a model output, and there may be some kind of that uncertainty is there in the model output. But we should be prepared, and we are prepared for that. And basically, 4 scientists from our ECRIPAM, as Dr. Prasad has introduced, that they are here. And if any specific query for any specific state, for example, for any crop preparedness, and what is the contingency, or what is the crop situation there, and as per that crop situation, what kind of impact may be there, and so that they are here, and I hope I have just covered in general, and during the discussion we can look at the minute details that we can take up. So I think I'll stop here, and I'll expect some kind of interaction afterwards. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So thank you so much. So Prasadji, so should we take questions now?
Yeah, please.
Sure. So should I stop sharing?
Maybe. Yeah, please stop sharing.
Vaiji, Anshuman, it might be useful. If Dr. Bal can explain the first slide and what is El Nino, and then how. There's a first slide, right?
Yeah, actually.
Just very briefly. Dr. Bal, there are several people.
Yeah, very briefly. Yeah, that will be good. Yeah.
Actually, right. So I just because
what is it? Yeah, how that is. Yeah.
So it is nothing is that. For example, this is very simple. Whenever there is a wind means when there is a low pressure, high pressure, wind blows from a high pressure to low pressure area, and a low pressure is formed when there is a increase in temperature. For example, here there is an increase in temperature, so here there will be low, and here there is a decrease in temperature or cold. The ocean temperature is cool, low, so there is a high pressure. So air will always move from high to low. So this is India, and our monsoon moves from this way, enters through Kerala and enters to the mainland, right? So that means here we should have a low, and here we should have a high, or here we should have a high, so that air from this region will move and it will enter India like this. But this is the normal condition. But what happens actually, you just imagine in this big sea ocean, the temperature increases. What will happen? This will become a low. And when this becomes a low, so here there is a high. So air, instead of moving from this to this, air will move from this place to this side. So the monsoon current will be reversed. That means the intensity of air that is moving from this region toward this region, the intensity will be reduced. So when intensity of air, your flow will reduce, what will happen? It will take less water, and in general, there will be less rain. This is very, crude form that I just explained. And this is the region where if temperature increases more, then the monsoon activity in India will be less, because El Nino activity will be there. When El Nino will be more, then the Indian monsoon current will be less strong. So when the monsoon current becomes weak, then the flow of air and moisture will be less. So there is a high chance that there will be reduction in rainfall. This is in general. In contrary to that, there is an Indian Ocean dipole here. Indian Ocean dipole, if it becomes positive, what happens? Air, it pushes. Suppose this effect, Indian Ocean dipole becomes positive. So air from this area will push the air towards this side. So it will help the monsoon current to move towards India. So El Nino, suppose this year there is El Nino, and suppose this year Indian Ocean dipole will be positive, so it will counter the negative impact of the El Nino. But this year what is happening? This is El Nino is becoming stronger, and this IOD is also not becoming positive. It is still in negative condition. So it is not helping or counteracting the negative impact of the El Nino. So this is the basic about, and you know, all the models, predictions, everything, it is taking all the inputs from this area. You know, what is the, you know, um, ice, suppose snow cover of Himalayas, because more snow cover means it will act as a positive. The temperature will low, and this temperature of this Pacific Ocean, if it is, you know, more, so it will develop El Nino type of condition. This is basic about the El Nino that is happening this year and going to expected to impact the monsoon and then the Indian agriculture. I think I have made it a little bit clear.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It's very useful.
Thank you. Very useful.
Thank you.
So,
Anshuman
there's
ji,
one question.
yeah, please moderate the discussion. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. So there are questions coming in the chat box, but you can also raise your hand and we can call your name so that you can also ask the question directly. So there is one question from Nupur Rizgud. It says that what kind of changes should we expect with regards to intense rains, heat, humidity, and dry spells? So I think Shantanu ji has discussed this in detail.
No, actually, one thing I want to tell, you know, whenever you talk of that, India is going to receive around 90% of rain. So it is a country perspective. And if you go to finer scale, for example, Northeast is going to receive a normal rainfall and Northwest little bit less. Central and Southern will be deficit. But that does not mean whole Southern and Central will get, for example, Telangana. Telangana this year is going to receive more rain. It is expected. Okay, so more finer you go, then the, you know, chances of your output. For example, the model has given some output, and model has lot of uncertainties. As a country scale, we may achieve 90%. But if you look at Telangana, this year there is a positive forecast. But it may so happen that Telangana may receive -5%. Okay. So more granularity when you go, the model uncertainty increases and the chance of error increases also. So we should be very careful while, you know, so we should not take, and I think, suppose for example, in Orissa, we know that the Koraput district this time is going to take some, receive some less rainfall. Okay. And suppose we break the whole Koraput into different blocks. And if you look at the blocks, again, some blocks may receive some good rain. So that kind of information actually still the model is not able to answer, you know. So we should take all these, you know, projections very carefully, not blindly, and we should be, and I know that, you know, normally contingency plan is available, everything is available, but while implementing a lot of precautions measures, we also think that blindly we also don't give that. So looking at these projections, we should be very careful, and because sometimes this prediction may go in a other way. That is the only, you know, message that I want to give. Thank you.
Exactly, and it also has its local implication, like in the locality, what will happen is also.
Yes.
So one question was to understand about what will be impact on the millet cultivation. So particularly in Raigada, if any
which cultivation?
Millet.
It's a millet cultivation. I think
So
Dr. Tushar is here. Dr. Tushar is here.
Dr. Tushar, if you can respond to this, particularly in Raigada district. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, we know that millet is a hardy crop and it is known for its drought resistance. So, suppose there will be deficit rainfall, millet is sown in June and July. But when there will be deficit rainfall, the sowing may be delayed. So it may be sown in July after receipt of sufficient rainfall. In that case, the yield will not be hampered much because, as you know, it can resist drought conditions, intermittent dry spells. So I think it depends upon the rainfall amount and the dry spell duration also. But millets, there won't be much effect, I think. Of
That
this.
is good. That is good. And what are the intercropping that you were suggesting with millet, if there is any?
Millet plus pigeon pea can be taken
Pigeon
up.
pea.
Yes, mostly ragi plus or
So there's a specific question for cotton. So what are the drought resistance hybrid available for cotton in Maharashtra? So
Yeah.
I don't know, Prasad ji can also respond.
Yeah, I'll just chip in. For entire Maharashtra, if you are talking, it's not about one hybrid or one variety. It is the type of hybrid that you choose. Dr. Ball also recommended, and generally it is the norm, that in case of drought years, because the duration and the extent of dry spells in July and August will determine the yield. So if it is timely sowing is there, then we should go for medium duration, medium duration. If it is some late, then we should go for short duration hybrids. And according to the soil type that we have in Maharashtra, suppose in Akola, a lot of light soil area is there, 30 to 40%. In that, we need to go for a compact hybrid. And if it is a deep black soils like in Marathwada, then we should go for a medium duration hybrid, which is a little commercial hybrid, so that we have equal in yield. So these choices have to be there. And regarding this, one good recommendation will be to go with the organic manure application this year. You are able to hear? So that will give you better resilience to drought and dry spells. So organic
also the moisture retention, moisture retention will be better.
And some soil conservation measures. So that you can do. Dr. Venugopalan, he has prepared a drought resilience advisory. Dr. Venu, you are there? Just 1 second, you can chip in. Dr. Venugopalan is an agronomist from CICR, retired. You can unmute yourself.
Venu, if you are here, please unmute.
Yeah.
Morning. I'm here. I went through the presentation. I liked it. Regarding selection of hybrids, and there is nothing like drought resistant. The only advantage with early to medium varieties are that the initial seedling vigor would definitely be better than the late maturing ones. So once you have a good initial seedling vigor, the ability of the plant to withstand abiotic stress in the later stages would definitely be high. The other thing is, presuming that the withdrawal of monsoon would be early, a hybrid which terminates fast with 1 or 2 pickings would definitely give good yield and good quality cotton, provided you put it at the appropriate crop geometry. This interaction, soil, hybrid, geometry interaction is important this year. I just had one particular point, if we can discuss this. This was regarding intercropping. Now, if we take this special year where it's likely to be a deficit rainfall year, what type of intercropping systems do you adopt? Because once you have an additive intercropping series, the total water requirement is likely to be higher than a normal where you don't have an intercrop. So do we recommend intercrop with replacement series wherein a few rows of cotton, for example, can be replaced with pigeon pea or a soybean, or would you still go for the additive series where the examples were shown cotton plus black gram, where 100% cotton is there and you have an additional row? My recommendation was that in assured rainfall areas, you should go for a dual purpose hybrid, either for fodder come green manure, so that if at all the crop is likely to fail so you can still use it as a green manure or a fodder crop. So probably you can, if there is anybody can throw what type of intercropping systems are exact. Actually, we know it's a risk management strategy. The only thing is, if there is a deficit rainfall and the total water requirement of cotton plus the intercrop would be higher than a normal cotton crop. So should we tweak the intercropping strategies this year?
I think Dr. Kailas is there. Dr.
Yes,
Kailas,
sir.
can you throw some light on this?
Yes, sir. Sir, this is a very right question, sir. Because whenever we are recommending the intercrop, this idea behind is that we need to just minimize the risk. And looking to the water demand, as you mentioned, if we take a intercrop, So water demand will be the higher side. So we will go with the short duration crop like black gram, green gram in the cotton. And some pockets we have, sir, black cotton soil. So there we will recommend this either pigeon pea, we can go with the cotton. So in pigeon pea also short duration variety, just like BDN 711 either. And where we have the some irrigation facility, assured irrigation facility, there we will recommend for this Godavari is a new variety which is performing better under the two irrigation. So that combination is better because instead of getting 100% failure in solo crop, cotton naturally, sir, this year what we are looking, sir, in Marathwada cotton area is increasing under this El Nino condition because the cotton is better choice for the farmers instead of going with the soybean, because soybean is the dominant here in Marathwada compared to the cotton is as second when we compare the area. But looking to June, July, August, September distribution, so most of the farmers they have turned their intention to go to the cotton crop. And you mentioned rightly whether we will recommend intercrop. So what is our opinion, sir? The short duration crop is better choice. And you again introduce one major aspect about the fodder crops also. That also we are recommending. Looking toward the after the post monsoon season, this El Nino effect is continuously up to the December. So we need the fodder also. So we are also encouraging to the farmers through our advisory, go with the fodder cultivation during this period, during Kharif period. So some fodder will be there for next season also. So this is our choice, sir. So and farmer they are thinking that at least something I am getting at the end of this Kharif season, because cotton we will get the two picking after Diwali. You know the duration, so they don't want to waste their period, Kharif season also. So short duration crops they always prefer, sir.
Thank you.
Very good. Yes, thank you. So this fodder angle is also very important that everyone should think of. So there is another question on the from Madhya Pradesh, particularly Chhatarpur region, where there is a predominance of groundnut and soybean cultivation. So what kind of prioritization or diversification or practices that can be done for those two particular crops, or any other thing for the Chhatarpur region of Maharashtra? If any expert can throw some light on that, particularly groundnut and soybean. That was the question.
As far as groundnut is concerned, I think it is one of the most hardy crops for drought situations. We have seen repeatedly in Rayalaseema region. Only condition is that we need to really take about the soil moisture conservation measures. If not this one, some dead furrows we can to conserve every drop of water, and also organic manure application. These two, if you are able to, and some mulching, even groundnut shell mulching also is very helpful to conserve moisture. Soybean, between maize and soybean is more hardy than maize. So soybean, I'm not much an expert. If anybody can throw on soybean, please chip in.
Mm-hmm.
The
So Ravindra is asking. Yes, sir.
Sorry, so soybean in sir Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra?
This is in Chhatarpur district of Bundelkhand.
Bundelkhand, right. So,
Madhya Pradesh.
Kailash, can you throw some light?
Can you repeat, sir, just regarding soybean?
सोयाबीन कल्टीवेशन इन छतरपुर ये बुंदेलखंड के लिए थोड़ा सा कम रेनफॉल फोरकास्ट किया गया, इसके लिए क्या डाइवर्सिफिकेशन करना है या कैसे क्लाइमेट रेजिलिएंट स्ट्रेटजी क्या लेना है?
Sir, there are two ways, sir. Either we go with this short duration variety. There are very good varieties available in soybean. Either MAU 71, that is out of chain, I think, but still it is available. Or MAU 725. That is a better option for short duration variety in the soybean. And secondly, we need to go with the BBF plantation. Planting method is very important, sir, during the low rainfall situation. So some experiments we have the data that it shows the when we are planting is doing with the BBF or this bed based system, the farmers they are harvesting very good yield. Taking the example of 2015 drought year, El Nino year, in that situation also somewhere some pockets which was witnessed with the very good performance of the soybean crop only due to the this planting method, as well as the rainfall distribution was very good. Whenever it was having any this which means flowering or pod formation stages, that time the distribution was very good, sir, and that have given very good this result. So hopefully we have some management practices. We have some all the calendars during El Nino, what kind of these managements are required if there is a prolonged dry spell during the vegetative stage, flowering stage. So if it was meticulously monitored, we will come out with the less means that is the resilience practices it is available. So that is better, sir, for soybean belt.
So I think Ravindra has a question on what are the predictions regarding northeast monsoon. So as far as I recall, the northeast monsoon will be
yes. Actually, it is very early to predict for the northeast. But normally, what happens whenever there is a El Nino kind of situation, it favors the northeast monsoon. So the high chance of getting good rain in northeast monsoon in general. Okay, but it is early to predict. But preliminary indication is that northeast monsoon may be little bit better.
So I think similar kind of questions around Madhya Pradesh, Western Madhya Pradesh, North Maharashtra, North Gujarat, where they have major crops as maize, groundnut, black gram, cotton. I think we have discussed about that mostly. Any other question? There is no question in the chat box, but if anyone wants to ask, please unmute yourself and share. So one thing I was thinking that we should focus mostly is now we have a pre-monsoon rainfall going on almost many parts of the country. So I think we need to look at our all the water harvesting structure, take the soil conservation, water conservation measures, so that it shouldn't be a single drop of water loss. So everything has to be kind of used, recharge back, use mulching as much as possible, and don't burn crop waste or turn them back into compost or use it as mulching. So I think those are very important things that we can really take up right now. I would also request Ravindra, if you want to focus a little bit on water harvesting measures right now before monsoon. I know it's already late, but still, if there is something that people can do to catch every drop that is there.
So I'm sure there are two practices that might be useful, particularly areas where sowing is around July end, towards July end. In that case, you have a window for what is popular in APCNF as pre-monsoon dry sowing, mixing several crop seed and then growing it. We find it very useful in paddy and others. Wherever you have this 40 days around window for this thing. That actually helps in multiple ways. We all know that. Second is this grid block method that Dr. Subhash Sharma is promoting. That we find very useful. So it is basically you have the in between the rows, you lock through some kind of a small dam. He actually demonstrates how to do it. That actually conserves a lot of moisture during the crop season. These are the two things that I suggest would be useful. Yeah. And mulching, of course. Yeah.
And somehow we have to increase the organic carbon whatever way is possible, so that the moisture retention possibility is higher. So that we have to.
So the video of Subhash Sharma's this thing, I have pasted the link in the chat box.
Yeah, thank you. What is the prediction for Telangana? Yes, what is the prediction regarding Odisha monsoon?
Yeah, Telangana, it should be normal to above normal. Already it has been predicted. So hopefully it will be better for Telangana this time.
Good to know that. So Odisha is already discussed, Shohamji. I think we will share the presentation or the recording of this meeting, so you will get to know about that detail about Odisha. I think Shantanu has discussed Odisha situation in detail. Okay, so getting back to Shantanu once more, if you want to share anything as your last word, as a concluding.
Last word is that I already mentioned that, whenever there is some kind of extremes, so, lot of hue and cry is there. Only thing is that because this is this prediction, whole science of prediction is that it works on a probability. And whenever we talk of, any extremes like this drought or, deficit rainfall, so probability in meteorology, when we talk about probability, this long range forecast, the accuracy is around, 70% like that. Medium range forecast around 85%. Short range around 90%. And whenever we talk about any forecast, there is some uncertainty of failure. So, suppose, for example, Telangana, the forecast now says that it will be normal to little bit above normal. But situation may change because these models are run every, weekly. They run it once and see the output. They don't publish it in public. But for example, the model that we got in April 13th, that we received that, projection, and again we received in May 29, because that is nothing but the model out. Same model we can run today and tell that what kind of changes are there.
Can give a different result, yes.
Yes, so it gives, but in general, it gives a general pattern that what is going to happen based on, El Nino position, temperature in Pacific Ocean, all these factors they take in, a lot of inputs, they put in the model, get the output. So here the chances, because whenever you see those projections, you will always find that probability more than 40%, more than like that. So this year, very high chance of getting El Nino, strong El Nino, which very high chance of impacting the monsoon current, and high chance that it will reduce the rainfall. That is the output. And that's why, but thing is that this year is this year is 7th super El Nino for the last 70, 80 years. If you see, the condition is happening so as that it will be very strong El Nino. So high chance of less rainfall this time. So we should be prepared for that.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shantanu, and also thank you, other experts. Thanks to other experts who have joined. It was really enlightening, and I think 3-4 things all of you have very clearly mentioned, that we need to focus on short duration crops. We need to focus on diversity, not focusing on only one crop, but can we include other crops so that the risk is also minimized. We are focused on soil water conservation methods, improving more organic carbon in the soil. So these are the 4 or 5 generic suggestions, but there are also many specific suggestions Shantanu and other experts have made on particular crop combinations and crop varieties. So we will try to share whoever has registered will try to share the link of the recording of this very important session. And yeah, hope to see you again. Prashadji, anything?
Yeah, and many requests are there for this presentation. So
yeah,
PDF copy, something like that is available.
PDF copy will be very good.
I'll share the PDF copy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It will help actually many people who would like to go more carefully and then study it and apply for their location. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
For a short notice, an excellent presentation, and your team who have joined on our behalf also, we profusely thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for valuable